Namaste. Tonight I'm going to read Volume 1, Book 2, Rudra Samhita, Part 1, Chapter 15, The Manifestation of Rudra in the Shiva Puran. Om Vakratuna Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Niraveganam Gure, Sarvakaya. Mihadevi Saura Shubhadyara. Hariom Tatsat. Narada said, O Creator, O Brahma, the fortunate, you are blessed, O foremost among devas. A wonderfully sanctifying story of Shiva has been narrated by you today. I have heard the wonderfully divine story of the origin of the linga, the auspicious hearing of the efficacy of which destroys all miseries here. Please narrate what transpired thereafter, the grandeur of the created things, and particularly the mode of creation. Brahma said, you have requested very pertinently. I shall briefly narrate what transpired later as I have heard before. When the eternal Lord Shiva vanished, O chief of Brahmins, Vishnu and I, in a very happy mood, withdrew our forms of swan and boar and wished for creation and sustenance of the worlds. Narada said, O Vidhi, O Brahma, O wise one, I have great doubt. Please remove the same. How is it that both of you assume the forms of swan and boar instead of other forms? Please tell me the reason for the same. Sutta said, on hearing these words of the noble-souled Narada, Brahma spoke after remembering the lotus-like feet of Shiva. Brahma said, the swan has the power of going up steadily. It has the power of discriminating between the real and the unreal, as in separating milk from water. The swan understands the distinction between ignorance and knowledge. Hence, I, Brahma, the Creator, assumed the form of swan. O Narada, but I fail to cognize the refulgent form of Shiva and therefore could not exercise my power of discrimination. How can real knowledge dawn on one who is engaged in activities of creation? Hence, though in the form of swan, I could not attain the power of discrimination. A boar has the power of steadily going deep below. Hence Vishnu, the wanderer in the forest, assumed the form of the boar. Or Vishnu, the protector of all the worlds, assumed the form of a boar to start a new kalpa, aeon. Since the day he assumed the form of a boar, the aeon by the title of Varaha has started. Or the Varaha Kalpa can be considered to have started since the day we two decided to assume these forms. O Narada, thus I have answered your relevant question. O sage, now listen. I shall resume the context. Remembering the lotus-like feet of Shiva, I shall explain to you the mode of creation. When God Shiva vanished, I, Pitamaha, grandfather of the worlds, fell into contemplation, pondering on the means of carrying out his words of direction. Then after bowing down to Shiva, getting knowledge from Vishnu and attaining the highest bliss, I decided to start the work of creation. After bowing to Shiva and instructing me, O dear one, Vishnu too vanished. after getting the blessing of Shiva and going out of the cosmic egg, Vishnu made Vaikunta his permanent abode. Desiring to create, I remembered Shiva and Vishnu in the waters that had already been created. I offered handfuls of water as libation. Then the cosmic egg arose consisting of 24 principles. O Brahmin, then a splendid huge form Virat appeared, and the form of waters was not seen. Confusion arose in my mind, and I performed a severe penance for 12 years, meditating on Vishnu. At that time, Vishnu appeared before me, and touching my body lovingly and joyously, he told me, Vishnu said, O Brahma, thanks to the favor of Shiva, I am capable of giving you everything. There is nothing which cannot be given to you. I am delighted. Tell me the boon you wish to have. Brahma said, O Vishnu, the fortunate one, I have been entrusted to you by Shiva. Hence, it is but proper that I should request you. Please give me. Who requests you what? Has told you to give me. Obeisance be to you. This Virat form of the cosmic egg consists of 24 principles. There is no sentience in it. It is insentient. O Vishnu, you have now appeared before me. Thanks to the blessings of Shiva, confer sentience on this cosmic egg, originating from Shiva's power. When I said this, the great Vishnu, adhering strictly to the directives of Shiva, assumed infinite forms and entered the cosmic egg. Vishnu, with 1,000 heads, 1,000 eyes, and 1,000 feet, encompassed the egg, touching the earth everywhere. When Vishnu, who was properly eulogized by me, entered it, the cosmic egg, consisting of the 24 principles, became sentient. Vishnu, shown as the great being, the Lord of the 7 worlds, beginning with Patala, the 5-faced Lord Shiva, created for his residence the beautiful city of Kailasa that shone above all. O celestial sage, Kailasa and Vaikunta will never be destroyed, even if the whole cosmic egg is destroyed. O foremost among sages, I am staying in Satyaloka. O dear one, I desired the activity of creation at the bidding of Shiva. Even as I stood desirous of creation, the evil creation, viz., the set of 5 illusions, appeared before me. It was of the nature of darkness endowed with knowledge. Then I created the chief creation, consisting of immobile beings with a delightful mind. At the bidding of Shiva, I continued my meditation in a detached spirit. While creating it, I had thought it would be an aspirant after the Atman, but the creation Tiryakasrotas turned out to be full of misery, and it was not as aspirant. Realizing that it was not an aspirant, I began to ponder over the matter. Then the Sattvika Sarga, otherwise known as Urvasrotas and Devasarga, divine creation, took shape. It was really charming, but considering that it too was not aspirant, I meditated on my Lord. Then the Rajasa Sarga, otherwise known as Arva Kasrotas the human creation, which was a great aspirant, appeared at the bidding of Lord Shiva. Then again, at the bidding of Lord Shiva, the Bhutadika Sarga, creation of the elements, etc., appeared. Thus, 5 types of creation, collectively called Vaikrita, were set in motion by me. Brahma evolved 3 types of creation from Prakriti. The first one was the creation of Mahat, the cosmic principle of intellect. The second was that of the subtle elements. The third was Vaikarika, of the nature of transformation and ramifications. Thus, with 5 Vaikrita types and 3 later Prakritas, there were 8 types of creation. The Kaumara Sarga was the 9th. It was both Prakrita and Vaikrita. I cannot adequately describe the divisions and subdivisions of all these types of creation. Last of all, I shall mention the Brahmanical creation, which is of very little utility. It is here that the great creation of Sanaka and others referred to above as Kaumara Sarga took shape. Sanaka and others, my mental sons, were 5. In number, they were all on a par with Brahman, of good rights and averse to worldly attachment. Despite my command, they were not inclined to carry on the activities of creation. Those scholarly sons turned their attention from worldly activities and were devoted to the exclusive meditation on Shiva. O Narada, they were bold enough to retort to me, whereat I became very furious and nearly senseless. When I became nearly unconscious on account of excessive fury and agitation, drops of tears fell from my eyes. At that time, on being mentally meditated upon, Vishnu came there hurriedly and enlightened me. O foremost among sages, I was instructed by Vishnu to perform the penance of Shiva. Accordingly, I performed a severe penance. While I was performing penance for creation, the merciful Lord Shiva of Trinity came out of the spot called Avimukta between the eyebrows and the nose. He manifested himself as half woman and half man in full potency. On seeing the unborn Lord Shiva, a mass of refulgence, the consort of Uma, the omniscient, the creator of everything, famous as Nila Lohita, straight in front of me, I saluted him with great devotion and was highly delighted. I told the Lord, please create various objects. On hearing my words, the Lord of Lords, Rudra, created many gunners identical with himself. I again told the great Lord Rudra, O Lord, please create those subjects tormented by the fear of birth and death. O foremost among sages, on hearing my words, the merciful Lord Rudra laughed and said thus. Lord Rudra said, O Brahma, I shall not create the subjects tormented by the fear of birth and death. The inauspicious beings are immersed in the ocean of distress by their own actions. In my manifestation, in the form of preceptor, I shall lift up these beings immersed in the ocean of distress by conferring on them perfect knowledge. You alone create all the miserable subjects. O Lord, at my bidding, you will not be bound by illusion. Brahma said, saying this, the Lord, the glorious Shiva, vanished along with his attendants, even as I was watching. Footnotes. 207. It is Vishnu's abode, variously described as situated in the northern ocean or on the eastern peak of Mount Meru. According to the Puranic account of creation, the cosmic egg, constituted of 24 tattvas, was entirely material. In the beginning, it was a dead egg, and it remained so until it was activated by the principle of Brahma, which, having entered into it, split the egg into two halves by the process of fission. So 210, the 7 regions descending from the earth, one below the other, are called, this is in Hindi, Shital, Pital, Sutal, Rasatal, Talatal, sorry, can't see this one, Seital, and Patal. This city is located, 211. This city is located on the central peak of Hemakutta, which is one of the loftiest peaks to the north of the Manasa Lake. It is the abode of both of Lord Shiva and his friend Kubera, who is the Lord of Wealth. 212. This is one of the 7 lokas of the upper region. The other 6 lokas are, this is all in Hindi, Bhu, Bhua, Swaha, Jana, Tapa. For the sanctity and position of this loka, compare an unidentified quotation from the Devi Bhagavatam. Okay, let's see. Okay. Hmm. 214. The Puranic cosmology divides the cosmic creation into 9 classes. 1. Creation of insentient objects. 2. Creation of animals. 3. Creation of divine beings. 4. Creation of human beings. 5. Creation of elements. 6. Creation of intellect. 7. Creation of subtle elements. 8. Secondary creation. 9. Primary and secondary creation. 215. These are Sana, Sanaka, Sanatana, and Sujata. Elsewhere, they are stated to be 7 or 10. These are the mind-born, the Kumaras, the mind-born sons of Brahmadev. And here ends today's reading of the Shiv Puran. Om Prabhu Prananatam, Vimveshwaratam, Jagannatham, Santabhajam. Om Kapura Gaudam Karunavaram, Sansara Setam Namami, Om Nama Parvati Pate. Om Maham Jum Samuru Sumdram Pakamijam. Hari Om Tat Sat.